Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks, we're back with you. I'll go to setapartfarms.org. You can check out all the stuff going on. But with this young man with us this morning, all the way from Texas, James Holland, how are you, brother?
Good, sir. How you doing?
I'm
Good morning.
great. Oh, we got 2 for 1 here. Who you got with you this morning?
Yes, we do. This is James' wife, Angela.
Oh, okay. Behind every good man is a great woman. So you must be the brains behind the brawn, right?
A little bit.
This is it. This is the glue right here.
Oh, well, it's good. I'm glad y'all on, man. Y'all have got a lot going on. Got a big concert coming on promoting all the veteran stuff. And I want to jump right in on this because I don't waste any time with it. But the Set Apart Farms, tell these folks that's listening out here kind of what y'all do and where y'all at.
Okay, so we're down here currently in Texas, and a little bit about what Set Apart Farms is going to be. It's a veteran organization, a nonprofit, 501c3. It's for veteran families. Now, what kind of sets us apart a little bit, other than the name,
Right.
is we're going to be including the entire family in the process. It's not inclusive to the veteran.
Right.
So we're not going to take the veteran out of his element, out of the family, and put him in a program for 30 days, and then try to give him some tools, and then send them home, and then hope that those tools work. And we're in the meantime, we're leaving out one of the most important recipes, and that's the spouse.
Exactly.
So we're going to incorporate the entire family, ensure that they also get the same things, that the same type of benefits that we would give the veteran.
Mm-hmm.
We want to pass that over to the spouse as well as the children.
Right. And it came to be through what we lived through and experienced over, almost a 3-year period, which would be an entirely different interview, which we'd love to do.
Right.
But, for the sake of time, what we went through and what we experienced with the VA botching my husband's surgery and us being displaced for months and really looking all over the nation for a place that our family could go to heal together. I had become, a full-time caregiver.
Right.
So I was responsible for all these new duties. There's no way we could have been separated at the time, but with what we were looking for, that's the scope of the programs, is there's none inclusive to the entire family unit.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've decided to bridge the gap from what we've been through with that.
Right. And so it was kind of forged in fire, pretty much. It was what we went through. There was about 18 months from the first surgery until the second and third for the correction of it. But 18 months, she was my full-time caregiver. Plus, she had a 2-year-old. Our daughter was 2 at the time,
mm-hmm.
to take care of. And the surgery, it left me without the use of my arm, and I had no mobility in my head. And it was my dominant arm, and not being able to move your head or your arm at all. Angie had to help me get dressed, had to help me shower. I couldn't drive anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So with that and the VA pretty much thrusting me into the role of professional VA patient, because we were doing about 13 appointments a week.
Wow.
During that time, I had to figure out how to navigate the VA. So again, what we went through and experienced led to our program. And so Set Apart Farms, it's a new approach to long-term recovery for veteran families.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really simple 3-component type of program that really isn't being done. So the first component is the families get private space, private housing to heal as one unit. The facility that we were staying at when this happened was housing 12 other families at the same time.
Wow.
And everything was shared except, your room and your bathroom, which it's just not conducive to effective healing when you have to reconcile marriages and revive families. And so they get the privacy and the therapeutic values and benefits of being on a farm, the agricultural component, learning what's going in your body. As a caregiver, there's so many pharmaceuticals involved in the VA, which again could be a separate topic. But I believe from what we would experience, there's an overload of pharmaceuticals. And so learning about things that you can grow, like turmeric. Okay, I won't spend too much time on it, but it's a really beneficial anti-inflammatory spice that can help with inflammation. So education and resources with agriculture, the things that you can grow, sustainability, reviving the family Friday night, Sunday spouse. So a lot of healing components for the families on the farm. The second aspect is navigating the VA, like I just spoke about. It's a beast. And so learning those techniques and learning how to work with the VA until we can collectively raise our voices for change. In order to do that, we have to figure out how the system works first and make it work for us. And then the third component is community. Speaking to wonderful people like you, doing the event that we're doing, bringing in those private sector services that work for us and that aren't available through the VA.
Well, that's the thing about, there's a lot of red tape in the VA when I know people that's had to deal with it, and it's just a lot of red tape. It seems like, it's like you need emergency surgery and they're like, okay, we'll get you in 2 years. So just hold on,
Well, 2 years. I wish it was 2 years. So when I came out of the military, I was in desperate need of some corrections and some surgeries. And when I went into the VA, I ended up on a waiting list because they didn't have, they were really short on orthopedic surgeons at the time, but they needed a specific one to do a certain job or something. So my waiting list ended up being 4 years and 11 months. Wow. Is what my waiting list was. That is unreal. And during that time, the way that we coped with the pain that I was in was the VA kind of just alternated me between hydrocodone and oxycodone. So for 5 years, basically, I was kind of wasn't all there. I was kind of in a daze. Which definitely takes its toll on marriage and family. And so involving the entire family unit is important because we see that, in the military, everybody understands the importance of your unit. But for some reason, that transition doesn't lead over to the importance of the family unit and now leading and protecting and serving your family unit in the same way that you served prior. Right. We're also a faith-based organization, and so we do incorporate faith into our program. Neither one of us were actually really believers when this happened for us. Right. And so faith is super important because it led to, for us, the proper and long-term type of healing with mercy and forgiveness and love that we were lacking without having that. So we're really trying to do things better for veterans, include the whole family, incorporate God's good ways, right, and do a mind, body, and soul approach that isn't being done, that was lacking for us, and that we want to make sure, since we were pulled out of the muck and mire, that we go back for more.
Well, that's great. Honestly,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely awesome. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm faith based myself, and I don't think you can do it without the good Lord. I'll be honest with you. And He's obviously blessing this organization because y'all are growing. Leaps and bounds. You've got a big concert coming on out. Where is this? Where are you going? Where's the concert going to be? It's in Texas, I know, but where?
It is. It's in the greater Houston area, Pasadena, Texas. That's my hometown. Right. So that's where we decided to do it. We have an amazing fairgrounds there, and we have such an awesome organization, the Pasadena Livestock Show and Rodeo. They've been doing it for 73 years. They got it down pretty good. So they're backstopping us on this whole event. And James won't say it, but that's because James, June 3rd, the city of Pasadena named after James. So he has a proclamation after him. And so we figured that would be a wonderful time to bring awareness to what we're trying to do for families, that we're trying to do things better for the community. So it's going to be 2 days of rodeo concerts and family fun. We've made tickets an amazing price, $20 for everything. Kids under 10 are free. We want to be able to be visible in the community, doing good and healthy things for our community that is bringing the community together in positive ways. Right. And we have such an amazing lineup this year too. We got the Josh Abbott band coming out Friday night. We got Mark McKay with them. What a great and awesome professional that guy is. Then we have on Saturday night, we have John Rich that's going to be headlining. We have an awesome group of girls named Sweet Tea Trio that's going to be opening up for him. We have the amazing Jeffrey Steele that's going to be out there. He's a lyrical genius. And just a great, we've really put together an awesome family comedian, Raymond Orta. So we're really trying to make it, again, where families can participate. And we've partnered with also the Military Rodeo Cowboy Association to bring, awareness to what they're doing. It's another way that families can get involved with their adrenaline-seeking veteran, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, it's dangerous, but so is deployment. So, but at least the spouses and children, can... Right. We can come to the rodeo. You can support your veteran that way. And so we really, like I said, our whole mission is to really revive and reconcile the family unit and the veteran demographic. And hopefully that will, kind of bleed over into society, because after the past couple years, we've seen our nation change drastically. We've seen lots of things change. And I feel like Lord. Right now, yeah, exactly. But God takes the bad and he makes it good. So I think right now the timing is perfect, where people are really receptive and open to
the concepts of healing the family unit, right? Agriculture, being aware what goes in your body and what it does when it goes in your body. And so it's a great time, to bring this front and center. It's needed for our veteran demographic. It's needed for the civilian, demographic too, but we're going to start with veterans because that's what we went through.
Well, I'm with you on
Right.
that. Y'all go to setapartfarms.org and they bring the website up. Everything is here that you're doing. And if you're a veteran out there and you're struggling with a lot of this, these folks right here will be more than happy to help you. That's their mission in life. And they've been through what you've been through. But you also, I'm looking right here, you got a Get Involved tab on your website. Tell us about the Get Involved tab.
There are so many different ways to get involved because we're not like the typical nonprofit where it's just monetary. Yes, we need monetary. We love monetary, but we want to partner with people. We want people in the community coming out. If you have a skill that you want to teach our veteran families, if you have some education that partners and lines up with what we do, get involved. Let us know what you want to do with us. And we have so many opportunities to partner.
Right. So the reason behind that is with the volunteering is we really want to bring the community in with what we're doing. We don't want to be a veteran organization that's kind of like a secret society where people know where we're at and what we do, but they never see it. We want to invite the community into the farm, invite them into, do different events and things like that, but also bring those professionals from the community in. So if we have a chef, a local restaurant, let's bring the main chef in and let's let them teach them how, one of their main courses. Let's put them in the demo kitchen and run that. Or if you're a carpenter, let's bring you out and do some woodworking with the families. We can make that happen and really bring the community in.
Or on the therapeutic side, faith-based counseling, EMDR, those are wonderful private sector, community-based types of things that worked for us. And we want to bring that to families.
Well, now, are y'all branching out? Like, we're here in Georgia, and if we have an organization here's like, I would like to get involved and maybe bring a division or a part to Georgia. I mean, do y'all have different branches out that y'all are looking at?
We are going to expand. We understand we can't expect every single family in the nation to come down to the great state of Texas, although they would probably love it. But we are going to expand and push it out there.
I'd like to see one in every state personally, and it's super easy to do.
And so, and what part of our program is when we get the right family that comes through, and we have a caregiver house that's on the property along with the 5 other homes with the veterans, is one of them will then take over that caregiver role as an alumni, basically, of the program.
And as a position, something to give them, employment and security.
And so we are going to branch out, and push out. And Georgia is definitely on our list. We have some great friends out there in the state of Georgia.
Yeah,
it's definitely on my list. The next state I want to go.
Hey, this is a pretty cool place.
It's awesome. I mean, from the ground up, everything that you've talked about, from being faith-based to talking about the nutrition to having people, have a purpose and a job and including the family. Just everything that you guys are doing, I think, is amazing.
Thank you. Well, we want to break these generational cycles, and it starts with the family. Unfortunately, our grandfathers and great grandfathers, they were in a culture where, at the end of the evening, it would be the guys' club through no fault of their own, but that doesn't do them well in their marriage and with their children. And so we want to change the way that our military transitions with their family afterwards. And, it has to start in the family if we want to see that connect over to our community and then our state and then getting our nation back where it should be.
Right. We talk a lot about the vision in this country, and we're all really busy looking at the big picture. How do we reunite this country? The division starts right here in our homes. Right. If you look at the statistics, that's where the division starts. So we have to unite our homes. And when we can unite our homes, we'll have a united community. And that'll bring us a united state, and then that'll bring us United States. Well, and another thing we're doing a little differently with our program is, so our program is about 6 to 9 months long. Right. So we bring that family in and run them through, because there's a lot of stuff you've got to break down and really get through in order to rebuild that family foundation and set them up for success. There's a lot of great other programs out there that do stuff for the whole family, but they're generally about 4 to 8 days long, which is great, and it gives them a good break, but it doesn't fix the problem. Right. It puts a Band-Aid on a puncture wound. So what we got to do is quit doing temporary fixes and start to really get to the root of the problem. Even down to the littlest
person in your unit. When we were displaced at the facility, our daughter was 2 then. Now she's 8. And so, for all those years, she was displaced too. And that affects our children. And, we have to make sure that we're tending from the littlest unit also to our veteran.
But that's
And one more thing I'd like to say, because a lot of people don't realize that the largest growing demographic in veteran homelessness right now is actually in single mothers.
Mm-hmm.
It's veterans. So she's a mother and she has children but no husband, and she's really worried. She's probably lost everything, and the last thing she has is her children. So the last thing she's doing is going to the VA or going to the state and saying, I need help.
right.
Because generally, the first thing the VA wants you to do is write a statement
Right.
saying that you're basically living in your car, you're homeless with your children.
And honestly, who wants to get more government involved at
Yeah.
this
Oh,
point?
Right.
No, not at all. So these veterans, these poor ladies out there, they're just keeping their mouth quiet because that's the last thing they have to hold on to is their children. So they're literally living in their vehicles or they're living in tents. So even though we are a family-based organization, we work with families. We have great partners and connections. We have a great organization, Katie Cares, it's out here in Katy, Texas, that deals specifically with that demographic for that single mother with those children that they need help. So if you're a veteran out there and you need help,
So there won't
you
be
can reach out to us.
right.
For
There
sure.
won't be us just saying no. We went through that a lot where we would call a place and I'm sorry, we can't help you. We also aren't going to do that. We're going to find who can help you if it's not us.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think a lot of folks don't realize, you got a soldier coming back where this man or woman that is injured and then their spouse becomes the caregiver. And that takes a lot of stress. I mean, you becoming, instead of being a husband or wife, you're actually a nurse 24 hours a day.
Right. And it completely changes the demographic of the relationship. And what other people don't realize is, so that veteran may be injured and may be able to go to the VA and get certain services, but that spouse that's taking care of them doesn't. So if she needs to go to dental, you're paying full price. If your kids need to go get vision, like some glasses, you're paying full price.
Right.
We're not going to do that. We're changing that. We bring that family in. The whole family gets the benefits.
Yeah.
And like I said, too, we want to empower and educate families because clearly, there's a lot of broken parts of our government, especially in the VA, but they're not going away. And so, like I said, we have to learn how to work with them and then become educated about how their system works and collectively raise our voice so that we can have long lasting and effective change. And that's an end goal on this, too, because we went through so many policies. I don't want to bore you, but we went through so many policies and congressional inquiries, and I had to learn all of these things on my own in order to fight for my family. But without the education and knowledge, we're not going to be effective at fighting any type of systems. And so we really want to empower them to be able to leave the farm and be educated and advocate for themselves and take the steps to properly work within the system to, advocate for ourselves and defend what should be ours.
Right. Well, I'm going to tell you, folks, Andrew, you got anything you want to cover before we get to a break? We're about that time.
No, I mean, I just reiterating what an awesome job you guys are doing.
Thank
all the
you.
way
Thank you.
through. I mean,
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Yeah, with God, all things are possible.
Absolutely.
Setapartfarms.org. I mean, if you can't make it to Texas, you can get involved. They got to get involved. You can donate, and a lot of folks want to donate and support this, and this is a good organization. I kind of know these folks right here, and I know the people that they know, so they are definitely good folks, and I really appreciate what you're doing. Want to get you back on, get an update on all the stuff that's going on in the future, if that's all right, if you don't care. And
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
We
Absolutely.
love them. Thank you again for helping us and supporting veterans and creating awareness.
There you go. And good to meet you. I hadn't met you yet, but anyway, good to meet you, young lady. So anyway, we're going to jump to a break. And like I said, y'all welcome back anytime, and we'll support you. And like I said, we'll try to get some money sent your way. That'd be good.
Fantastic.
All right.
Thank you
Thank
so much. God bless you both.
All right, take care. Thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish.